Mr. Hines, just 2 weeks ago, you were shocked when the defendant revealed to you that he is not your biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that he is, in fact, your father.
Yes, ma'am.
Defendant, Mr. Hines, you say you are currently behind more than $20,000 in child support, but claim to have evidence to prove you've always known the truth, that you are not the plaintiff's biological father, and the results will confirm that today. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Hines.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened 2 weeks ago.
Well, as of 2 weeks ago, out of nowhere, he pops out, not even him. His girlfriend pops out and say, "Hey, won't you tell him about what his aunt said?" I look around, what did my aunt say? "Oh, she said you might not be mine."
You're 36 years old.
Ma'am.
And 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And I'm looking like, huh? Like, so I kind of just blew it off, like, okay, because we, went on about the conversation or whatever. I didn't think too much of it. It wasn't like, oh, well, this, and this, and went on with it. It kind of just died off. But upon leaving, he said, I want to talk to you. So I said, let's talk. What you mean? And so you really doubt this or whatever the case may be? Oh, yeah, well, I don't know how this is. Like, hold on, I don't know where this come from, man. I don't know where this come from. I've been with you for 6 years, man. An only child. And this man is the true definition of a deadbeat dad. You understand what I'm saying?
Dad.
Man, look, the true definition. You understand me? This man left his whole family in 1989.
No, I didn't leave
Ain't look back. Who did you leave then?
She put me out.
She put him out, the government put him out, the dog put him out, somebody put him out, and he never looked back from 1989. I reached out to him and came to Houston. And it wasn't even a lot of people was against me, like, oh, you going to be with this man or whatever, and he left us. No.
He was not in your life as a father.
I hadn't seen him since I was a kid, since 1989. We out and about. She said, look, Dick, your father on the poster. I looks up, it's a wanted poster for child support for $24,000. That's the picture that I seen of my father. That's my first time. So I said, oh, that's him? Yeah, that's him. We took down the poster board. I said,
oh my God.
This the only picture I got of my father is him on $24,000. This man is, I swear, this is so
terrible.
crazy that he's denied me at this point when he gave up on his family and never looked back, man, when I was the only one there for him.
So when you get to Houston, you reach out.
I reach out.
And for 6 years, you all began to form a real father-son relationship.
Anything that you could say of a father and son, we was there. But this man, in my opinion, is weak.
He says that he never in his life knew anything different, that you were his father. But you say you knew all along. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why is it you kept that secret?
Because when
his mother. Motive. That's why.
What?
Motive. That's why he's challenging everything. It's a motive. No man is going, after 6 years, no man is going to go to court and see if he's a child or not. After I've been living with you for 6 years, I was the only one there for him. This man was on his deathbed 2 years ago. On his deathbed. They put him in an induced coma. Nobody was there. I go to the hospital. I had to sign for him blood transfusions. I had to sign for aftercare, everything.
Well, I didn't know that.
All the family, well, you know it now, and you knew it then.
No, I didn't.
Because when you woke up, you was, oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
That's why I thank you for
being
being
there. But at the
there.
same time, you thank me for being there, and I'm the only one that was there.
No.
Your girlfriend, the one that brung it up to me, that, oh, you might not be his because of what she said, she wasn't there.
So you're doing the right thing, and you're being a son, and you're taking care of your father. Why do you doubt that he's your biological son?
Because his mother cheated on me.
She did?
A lot of times.
When you were in a relationship with her?
Mm-hmm. Before he was born.
So why would you wait 36 years to say something?
Until her sister came down and told me all this junk about he was my son.
This sister that he speaks of has been dead for 13 years.
She ain't been dead for no 13 years.
She's been dead for over 13 years, man. My aunt, my mother's sister, that he left and went to Houston with.
I didn't.
You understand what I'm saying? This man left his family in 1989, left all of us, and went to my mother's sister in Houston, Texas. And supposedly, she tells him, oh yeah, he might not be your son. But the crazy part about it is, he also claimed that my younger sister, the same thing.
When you say he has a motive, what do you mean by that?
It's always got something to do with money, man. It always got something to do with money. Well, now, all of a sudden, he want to get this divorce from my mother after 40-something years. He want to do...
Yeah, because I never got in touch with her.
He want to do DNA on me. But at the same time, now come to find out, child support also coming back to him for me.
Is this about money? Is it
No,
about
it's not
the
about
money?
no money.
Because you are behind.
No, yeah, they take it out of my Social Security check.
They take the money out of your Social Security. What is that
check.
you're handing me? Jerome, will you hand me that evidence, please?
They take it out of my Social Security check.
So
I barely got enough to pay my rent.
But he say that now, but this man was claiming us on his income tax all the time while he was working.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. This is your evidence where you say they're still taking money because of the arrears that you owe for child support.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to understand your doubt. Did you sign the birth certificate when Devin was born?
Yes, ma'am.
If you believe she was messing around, why would you sign his birth certificate?
Because I thought he was my child.
At that time, you did?
Yes, ma'am.
So what caused you to doubt?
Somebody told me.
Who?
Her sister.
So there was a family member that would constantly say that Devin was not your son.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Hines, Devin, did you ever hear that maybe your mother had a relationship outside of her marriage?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Please do. That's why we're here.
I'm not gonna say my mother was completely faithful to him. I've heard things.
Did that knowledge ever cause you to doubt?
As far as me, my brother, my sister, they do have more resemblance to him than me, but I just never doubted it.
You didn't
never
doubt it.
doubted my mind.
Jerome, I think it's time we hear from Devin's mother.
Okay.
Please escort her into the courtroom.
Need a hand?
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Ms. Hines. Your son, Devin, says your husband told him that he's not his biological father.
He's a liar. He's lying about everything.
I'm not lying.
Please explain.
For one thing, 2 weeks ago, you got a letter saying that you were getting an increase on your Social Security.
I did not get no letters like that.
You had to get a letter to say you were going to get an increase in your Social Security.
Yeah, my check. Yeah,
They increased the child support payments.
No.
He knows it. Yes, you did.
How do you know that, ma'am?
Something, man.
I got the paperwork before I left town.
Well, I never received it. They take $102 on my check for almost 4 years now.
Your Honor, they just started taking $102 this month in August.
No, they didn't.
So what you're saying
I
is,
have the proof.
so Ms. Hines, you're saying that his motive is that they were going, since the check was going to increase, they were going to increase the payment that they were collecting on the arrears for the child support.
Right.
And you say he's a liar. What is he lying
He's
about?
lying about I cheated on him.
You did cheat on him.
The only person that cheated was him. The reason in 1979 I left town is because I found him cheating with my best friend. He was up the street from where we live in the bed with her. I left town. I took both of my boys and left town and went to West Palm Beach, Florida. I have proof of that.
Yeah, you did.
And as
cheat
for
me.
cheating, he just guessing. You
did.
never caught me with any man.
Yes, I have.
No, you. All
Jumping
right.
out my windows and everything I get
You
off work.
lying.
I
Oh,
Jumping
you
out
lying.
your window.
He's
Yes,
lying.
I come home from work, knock on the door, put my key in the door, I hear something boom, boom, boom upstairs. I goes upstairs, my window up, door locked, she opened the door, jump back in the bed, put the covers over here. No,
You're
I'm not
lying.
I'm not lying. I said,
Yes, you are.
I looked out the window and I see
Man,
me
you
going
know
around
you
the
need
corner.
to quit. Your Honor, I haven't seen this man in 29 years.
And you still
Now, all of
married
a
to
sudden-
him?
Out of sight, out of mind. I ain't
weren't
seen him in
supposed to.
29 years. All of a sudden, I want a divorce. He tells my son, tell your mom I want a divorce. What is that about?
Money.
No.
Money.
Again.
A divorce for money?
What money does he have?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you
I
about
don't have
that.
no money.
Let me tell you why.
I do not have no money.
Please explain,
Yes,
Ms. Hines.
He just turned 62, May 4th of this year. In order for me to get any part of that, I would have to get B62. He thought I could get part of his Social Security. A wife is entitled to part of the husband's Social Security. He knows it.
So you think this is motivated by the fact he wants to keep his whole check.
Right.
He doesn't want to share it with you.
That's
So
true.
after all these years, you all still been married but living separately.
That's
you saying
true.
it's been this way for 30 years.
Yes, you are.
42.
42 years.
42 years.
Why are you trying to change it now?
Yeah, of course. Why are you trying to change it? You tell me. And forget the cheating. Because there wasn't no cheating.
Yeah, you cheated.
All these, lying lowlife. He's a habitual
you know.
liar.
You know.
He's a deadbeat
Wow.
dad.
You know.
Okay.
I got to pay child support and had no job.
Who are you paying child support now for?
Who's I paying child support for now?
That would be that he paying for.
Bam.
And that's the increasement that he just got. So now it's, you ain't mine neither. Let's get
So
you
what
rolled
you all
off.
are saying is there's a pattern here.
That's right.
That when
pattern.
they come after him for the arrears, the increases, then that's when he wants to deny that a child is his.
That's when he want to deny, even though he
Nah.
denied it since 1989.
So, Mr.
I'm
Hines,
going to keep
when
denying it too.
you say you believe she used to cheat on you.
She did cheat on me.
You said a family member kept telling you that Devin was not your child.
Yeah, but she had cheated on me way before then.
But you did sign this birth certificate.
Yeah, I signed it.
And for 36 years, you told this man that you were his father. He came to reestablish a relationship with you. He took care of you when you were sick. He was in the hospital by your side.
I wouldn't know.
what?
I wouldn't know what he done because I was in a coma. How was I
Exactly.
supposed to know that?
So who
But
else
Mr.
took care of you, man?
My
Is you that
girlfriend.
dead of a beat? You can't even give me that much credit to be
Yeah,
there for you
I
when
did.
wasn't
I
nobody
did
there?
love you for you.
Where was your girlfriend at?
She was there.
Where was she? She wasn't there. You was looking for a crazy, wasn't you?
What?
Yeah. He was looking for a crazy. That's all he cared about is that little Social Security check, that little income.
That's the only thing
he
got
can
me
continue-
going.
So he can continue to be nothing. Live
So-
in the projects, don't take care of his kids, never have, never will. This man
I
told
took
my
all-
niece, I took my
worked-
niece to go see him. My niece said, I'm your granddaughter. He said, is you the oldest? She said, yeah. This man asked her, how many grandkids do I got?
I want to understand why, after 36 years, just 2 weeks ago, you would say to this young man, don't
even
believe
think-
I'm your biological father. Why now? Why
Because
after all these
I
years?
never could get in touch with her. I called, they kept me away from her. I asked him, what's her telephone number? Where she live at? She don't want you to have it.
So you're saying you could not get in contact with his
right.
mother?
And I wanted a divorce.
Oh, so were you angry because she wouldn't give you a divorce, so you decided to tell him I'm not your father?
No, ma'am, no.
So why did you tell him I'm not your father?
Because what her sister said.
What is this with the cheating?
Because you
If
cheated.
you stuck on cheating,
That's why.
go look in the mirror.
I
You the
feel you. I'm on
biggest
the
cheater
same
ever
thing.
seen.
All right,
All I've done
all
for
right,
this man,
all
that's
right.
crazy.
I think I've heard enough. I'm ready for the results.
Me
Jerome?
too.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows.
He's still a deadbeat. Times 2.
3.
3 if I'm yours.
What you gonna do?
In the case of Hines versus Hines, when it comes to 36-year-old Devin Hines, it has been determined by this court. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Hines, you are the father.
Dang, you didn't cheat on me.
Told you it's a motive.
Mr. Hines, I'm gonna give you a moment that you need to take. What do you have to say to him?
I still love him. I still love you. You always gonna be my son.
I was hoping, Mr. Hines, you would take the opportunity to apologize.
I apologize. I love you, son. You sign them papers. That's what you do.
Man, go on, man.
What you mean gone?
This is terrible, man.
When you going?
You knew I was your son from the gate, man.
No, I did.
You got ulterior motives. You want to stop that
It's
child
over
support.
with. I
You
don't
probably
wanna
want to
talk
search.
about
You right, it's over with. Next time you go to the hospital, look for your girlfriend to come take care.
might-
Look for her to pay. Look for her to pay for your medicine.
Right.
Look for her. Look for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's over with for sure.
they all don't have happy endings.
So
I have
don't.
to tell
They
myself that. This has
Yeah,
been
here.
a difficult day. And ultimately, I don't feel the level of remorse from you that I had hoped.
No.
I don't feel the level of regret that I think would be appropriate in this circumstance. Now, I'm gonna drop this nugget of truth, and you can chew on it when you leave. All you have in this world, when you leave it, are the people you leave behind. The things don't mean anything. I know that check helps you live, but it's money. Your children are your legacy. Ms. Ramos, you are in court to prove that your ex-fiance, Mr. Edwards, fathered your 1-month-old son, Xavier. You claim that after sharing your news that you were pregnant with his baby, women he was secretly cheating with started coming out of the woodwork trying to convince him he's not the dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Edwards, you say there's no way you are the father and claim the plaintiff changed up her due date to cover up her own infidelities. You say you brought a bombshell witness who will reveal the truth and seal your case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ramos, you say you're fed up with his drama. Tell me why.
I am fed up with his lies, his manipulation. He does this to other people. He's not the only one. I mean, how can you deny such a beautiful baby?
So what was the nature of this relationship? I mean, you said that you were engaged.
We known each other for years before. Then I seen them again last year. You know, at first I was kind of hesitant. But, you know, like, in my mind, I'm the type that's like, gives the people a doubt, benefit of doubt that they change after a while. And I gave him that benefit of the doubt. But then that's when he started doing the cheating from the whole time. And, you know, yes, you know, I did have sex with an ex of mine, but that was after the fact. Me and him wasn't even actually in a relationship. Like, we were...
Wait a minute.
In the beginning, like...
You all are in a relationship.
It was really not that serious in the beginning. It was just like talking to, you know, and I didn't know it was gonna go on to this point.
So how serious was it when Xavier was conceived?
Oh, that's when it really got serious.
So you all were in a serious relationship.
Yeah, but that, yeah. Then
But
that
you
happened.
admit you had sex with an ex of yours.
Right, but when I spoke to my doctor, and she told me the date that I conceived was way before the time I even had sex with my ex.
So, Mr. Edwards, you now are informed that she had sex with one of her exes.
Right.
And this is what leads you to doubt?
That and other confessions.
And so at what point do you find out she cheated?
Well, at the beginning, when she was at least like a month pregnant, that's when she had slept with a relative of mine.
I disagree. It's not even a blood relative, first of all. It was all through marriage. So I don't even
So it's a family member of his?
Supposed.
Excuse me,
it's
Your
not
Honor.
really a family member. It's not
Your
blood
Honor.
relation or anything.
Well, no, we
Yeah, but-
disagree in this courtroom because we know that family has biological connection and then
But there's no
family,
biological connection.
No, the next statement out of my mouth is that family comes in various forms. You have extended family, you have your village that's your family, and sometimes you have family through marriage. So was this a family member through marriage?
But I also disagree because them two don't even get along. They've always been beefing. They'd always been fighting. They'd always argue.
But-
they talk about each other back and forth. They wanted to fight each
Okay,
other.
so let's
Them
let's just say for the record in this courtroom, that sounds like family.
Right.
Because families do that.
Right.
So
Again-
now, family or not, it's still another potential father. At least in his mind, you believe that there's a doubt.
There was a triangle. She slept with two people
I
at the beginning.
disagree. I wasn't, first
Excuse
of
me,
all,
can
the
I
person
finish?
I was in a
Can I
relationship
finish?
with,
Can I
was living
finish?
there, but he wasn't living there
Can
with
I-
me.
Okay, so Ms. Ramos, listen, I will give you a chance to refute the testimony, but you've got to at least let them testify. Mr. Edwards, what were you trying to say?
At the beginning of our non-official relationship, I was going through some, family issues and I ended up eventually moving in her apartment. Now, the relative of mine is the person that she slept with when she was about a month pregnant. Her story was that she was asleep and he was going in and out of her. You know, that right there was the story that I was told.
Wait a minute, Miss Ramos. So it's
No.
Mr. Edwards testified that you told him you were sleeping and someone had sex with you, but
My
you
ex-
slept through the entire thing?
First of all, no. Actually, I've been broke up with that ex in June, a whole month before me and him even got reunited. So yes, while I was sleeping, he did start getting into me. No, I wasn't fully asleep, but I actually was not trying to really participate. But I'm not gonna reject it either, knowing that I had a relationship with him.
Okay, so the bottom line is you were intimate with this person.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
not gonna deny that. I'm not denying that at all.
And so once you found out she was intimate with this person, that led you to believe she had been intimate with this person before?
It's just too many times where she slept with people. Then the one time she had texted my phone and said that she had another confession. She wanted me to meet her at the grocery store. So I met her at the grocery store. You know, as I'm approaching, she was, looking in the freezer and stuff, and she started to cry. And what she says to me is that while I was gone for a few months or whatnot, she slept with a guy and caught 2 diseases.
Oh my goodness.
Your
Miss
Honor.
Ramos.
Your Honor. Yes,
At this
I-
time, Your Honor, she was pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Your Honor, I do admit that I did sleep with an ex at that time, but before he went away for a while, he was in a relationship with another female. So yeah, I was gonna first work it out with my ex, and we did have an intimacy, which I do regret because of what I've caught. I wanted to fix it and make it work with him for our child, because our child deserves what we didn't have, which was we didn't grow up with both of our parents. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a full, complete family growing up, and we both decided that we wanted to have a complete family. He asked me to marry him.
So
Wait
after
for-
all this, Mr. Edwards, you agreed to marry Miss Ramos? You asked her to marry you?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Because you felt like you really wanted to try to make it work?
Yes, with the child, in play and things that I've been through in my life, I wanted to, show a difference, be something, better than my mother, my father was.
So, Mr. Edwards, when you found out she was pregnant, did you believe you were the child's biological father?
No.
You didn't?
Nope.
I have proof right here, Honor, with him being at the hospital with this big smile on his face. I'd rather that you not come to the hospital if you felt the way you felt than coming to the hospital and playing as this role if you're gonna doubt the role.
I'd like to see that.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Let me look at this evidence first. You've presented the court with pictures.
Yes, I have.
Beautiful pictures of it looks like a couple who just welcomed their baby into the world.
Exactly. Look at that. Look
Mr.
at-
Edwards, you look pretty happy.
Looks just like him. That's what hurts. That's what.
And Ms.
really
Ramos,
hurts.
this upsets you.
Yes, it hurt. It upsets me bad. It upsets me very bad.
Jerome, I want you to give Mr. Edwards a close-up look at this picture. Matter of fact, send him this one too. Mr. Edwards, I'm looking at these pictures presented to the court.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't look like a look of doubt. You look like a happy dad in those pictures. What are you thinking in that moment?
Whose baby is this?
Really? So, Mr. Edwards, did you sign the birth certificate?
Your Honor,
Because she never told the hospital that I was the alleged father.
I disagree, Your Honor. When I told him, hey, it's time to come sign the birth certificate, it's, oh, no, I already told you I wanted a DNA test.
Which is
I already know
correct.
that's not my baby. I said, so why come here and play daddy?
So he didn't sign the birth certificate, but you still gave Xavier his last name?
Because him and his father told me to give him his last name. They were both there.
I did tell her to give the child my last name.
If you still feel like that's a doubt for the baby, then why, again, want me to put your last name? You could have still continued to say, hey, put your last name, put your last name, put your last name until we figure it out. We're not together now, and I continue to be the strong woman that I am today. I have gone back to work, I'm going to school, and I'm still doing what I gotta do for our son. What have you done? You didn't help me. You didn't try to help me.
Mr. Edwards, you've asked this woman to marry you. You've shown up at the hospital for the birth of this baby. You've taken the father photos and you gave him your last name. I mean, just go down the line. You've checked every box that applies to father. But after all of this, you say you're not the biological father.
There was just the doubts. It was just the cheating.
Mr. Edwards, you say you brought a witness
Yes.
today? I'd
Yes,
like
sure.
to hear from that witness.
Yeah, she's irrelevant.
Jerome, will you please escort her into the courtroom?
She's only been here since around February. She's a nobody.
I'm gonna
So-
bring you up to the witness stand next to the judge.
Because you're sleeping with her, too.
That's what you think.
No, it's what I know.
Go ahead and grab a seat up there, watch your step.
Ms. Vaughn, thank you for joining us today. We are here discussing the paternity of baby Xavier. What do you have to add to this?
When he said she was pregnant, it was already a rumor going around that she was pregnant before they started talking by somebody else.
Disagree.
Everybody knew about it.
Well, that's because everybody's always making up lies because nobody likes me.
Before I even seen you, I knew about you. Everybody was talking about you.
Okay.
So who is this girl that's sleeping with everybody?
How about you answer the question about how the baby was born a month and 2 weeks early?
Oh, I can't help it if he was born a month early.
Wait a minute now, Mr. Edwards. You say the baby was born a month and 2 weeks early.
No, a month early.
So now, in your mind, you're putting together a month early and already pregnant for a month. Is that where you get your doubt from?
It was just so much going on, so it was like a back and forth. I'm the father, and no, I'm not the father. I'm the father, I'm not.
But
And this
again-
kept playing in your mind. You're the
Yeah.
father, you're not the father. Are you all still trying to be together?
No.
No, I broke up.
Okay,
No, Your Honor.
birthday.
Actually, no. I'm engaged and about to get ready to get married next month. He's irrelevant to the case. I've been talking to this.
Wait a minute
Yeah,
now.
so-
Wait a minute. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. All you all need to slow down.
I-
All of
you
you
have-
all
well, it
need
don't
to
matter.
slow down. Y'all sound like you in the schoolyard. You all sound like
I don't have
you
time
all
for
sound
these
like
two.
no. You do have time for him.
No, I don't.
Because 27 days ago, 27 days
Yeah,
ago.
I had time for him.
No, hold on.
Work.
Hold on. Because I done let you overtalk everybody, but you're not going to overtalk me. 27 days ago, you had him up in a hospital
Yeah. And
with his arms on your brand new baby. So in 27 days, I'm going to tell you something as a grown woman. 27 days ago, you had him in a hospital saying he's the father of your child.
I didn't tell him to come. He
So
should've-
it does not matter. The point is you allowed it. You brought
I
the
told him
pictures.
to leave.
Hold on. You brought the pictures for proof.
Right.
To say that what he is contending is not true.
Right.
So in this moment now, just because you gone on with your next minute man, talking
Not
about
a
you
minute
getting
man.
married.
It's not a
Yes,
minute
it
man.
is.
No, it's
Trust
not.
me.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
23 years old. It's another minute man.
No,
I
it's
bet
not
you.
a minute
Let's
man,
come back,
sweetheart.
come back.
No, it's
Come back
not.
in
You
5
don't
years
know.
and we're going to see if you married to
All
him.
right, and you will.
Because let me tell you something.
will.
Let me tell you something, little girl.
Is he today?
You got a lot of mouth, but not a lot of maturity.
That's all
And
right.
that's the difference. You're talking, but you aren't saying anything. 27 days ago, you got him holding your baby saying it's mine. Today, you talking about, okay, I ain't even got nothing to do with him because I'm marrying somebody else. It doesn't go like that because if he is the biological father of the child, the way you say he is, then he will have a legal right to see that child and he's not gonna go away.
Actually, no, he's not. He's not gonna have no
That's
type
what
of
she was
rights
saying
towards
at
the
the
child.
beginning, too.
I don't want
That I
him
wasn't
to-
going to see the baby, all that.
Hold on. If it is Mr. Edwards,
It is.
then the truth is this child has a right to know and have a relationship with his father.
Which is why I am here.
Exactly.
Which
So
is
my
why I am
point is, in the moment, even when you feel attacked, don't start backtracking and backpedaling from the very reason why you had the courage to come stand in this position in the first place. You came here for your child because you believe he's doubting your baby. And as a mother, that doesn't feel good. You hurt. And you have a right to be hurt. Even if it's your doing, even if it's true. And maybe you did have sex with somebody else during the winter. I don't care what it is to be 27 days out and having to deal with this level of negativity. You hurt. And so at the end of the day, let's just keep ourselves in a level of maturity. Let's keep a level of decorum that allows you to get the answer you need for your baby. And we have that answer now. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Ramos versus Edwards, when it comes to 1-month-old Xavier Edwards, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Edwards, you are the father.
Thank you. I want you to apologize to our son. I want you to apologize to him because I told you since day one.
How do you feel in this moment, Mr. Edwards?
I'm afraid.
Why are you afraid?
I just don't feel like she's gonna allow me to be in his life, that's all.
Your Honor, it's not the point that I want to take the baby out of his life, but he already know the lifestyle that he has.
Listen, you came here to get the answer for your baby you knew to be true, and the DNA vindicated you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it did.
So now you've got to say to yourself, let me open the door so my child can have a relationship with his father, but Mr. Edwards, you have to walk through the door. This little boy is going to be looking to you as his example in life.